Well, Dean, you got to stop doing this stuff.
Okay, Norm.
So that's what the subject of today's video is going to be. You need to stop doing this stuff, and you know you're doing it.
Yeah. And particularly as you get older, around 60 to 65, there are things you need to stop doing.
And you need to be aware of them. Reduce the importance of savings. We've saved all our adult life for this moment in time when we're all going to be retired and we're all going to be on that desert island sipping margaritas with not a care in the world.
Swinging on a hammock with the coconuts and everything, eh, Norm?
So why are you still saving?
That's a very good question, because honestly, people are keeping saving, Norm, but they're actually sacrificing things that they could be doing.
Honestly, it's showtime.
Yeah.
This is what retirement is. We've arrived. Time to start spending. It's okay if you don't blow through your monthly budget and there's something left over. Fine. But don't be saving for that rainy day, because you've been doing that for the last 30 years.
I think another thing that's really important, Norm, is stop spending on stuff, because you don't really need all this stuff, do you?
No, people ask us when we go on vacation, what are you going to buy to bring back? And we say, we're not buying nothing other than duty-free booze.
We look at all the knickknacks and Norm's like, do you really need to buy that? And where are we going to put it?
Exactly. In the round filing cabinet.
So we think it's a lot more important to spend on things that will bring you happiness and joy in your life.
Absolutely, Tina. Couldn't have said it better myself. I have experiences, and that's what we're doing. You've seen that in our videos. Cruising, train trips.
Yes.
Portugal for too long.
Yeah. Next trip's going to be a shorter amount of time, eh?
The other thing is, and this is a difficult one, live for yourself. Don't live to impress other people.
No.
We've spent our careers trying to be somebody that we're not, trying to suck up to the boss to get a promotion or to get more pay. We've got to stop doing that. We've got to live for ourselves, become authentic, become happy in our own skin.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the biggest things about when you do retire is you can be your own person and set your own time scale for everything, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and what goes along with that is think better of yourself. We all have this nasty habit of thinking we're not doing as well as we could or putting ourselves down. Well, I don't, because I'm perfect, but you should think better of yourself so that your mind is in a situation of being more positive.
I think that also gives you that more confidence too, Norm, if you think better of yourself. And if you have to do little things to make you feel positive, even like meditation or yoga or things like that, do it to make yourself feel good.
If you have this image of yourself as being not worth as much as you think you are, or being worthless in some degree or not, one of the little tricks that I used to do over the years was either put $50 or $200 in my wallet. Wasn't that I was going to go spend it, but just knowing it was in my pocket gave me a little more confidence that, yes, I have some money, and it just bolsters your personality a little bit.
That's another of those reasons that makes you feel good, isn't it, Norm?
Really, it is.
You don't have to spend it, but it's there and it just makes you feel different.
Stop worrying.
Oh,
goodness me.
Yeah, it's because when you're spending time worrying, you're taking away from the happy things in life. And that's what you should be concentrating on, the new, positive, happy things. And one of the main things there, we think, is try and spend time with positive people and not negative people.
Yeah, dump the negative Nellies.
Yeah.
We don't need them. We can be negative enough for ourselves.
Get rid of those people that are negative, bringing you down, and spend quality time with people that are happy and positive and thinking like you, because it makes you feel so much better.
Worrying steals joy.
Yeah.
And it also ratchets up the stress hormones in your body as well, which is incredibly unhealthy. And as we age, that's the last thing that we want.
And I think sometimes, Norm, people forget the past is the past. You can't change the past. You can live for today, which is the present, and look forward to the future, but you can't do anything about what's gone.
That's why they refer to the present, because it's a gift.
It is.
It really is a gift every day that you're in the present, and make the most of it. We're trying to speed up because we don't want to have a long-winded, whiny movie. Stop giving your adult children money, for goodness sake. If they can't stand on their own 2 feet already, in certain instances, letting them fail is probably one of the best life lessons that you can give them. If they're in emotional distress, of course, support them and support them financially.
Yeah.
But stop bailing them out of their bad habits of spending, because they're spending your retirement fund.
Yeah. And they are depleting what could be yours, isn't it?
Very much.
Yeah. It's kind of like being at a crossroads. Do you help them this way, or do you spend it on yourself the other way?
Or is supporting your adult children actually not helping them because they know there's bank of mum and dad, and so they are not making better decisions than they could, that if they had to look at the problem and solve it themselves.
That as a quick flashback there, Norm, of the fact of how young we were when we got married. We were only 18 and 21, and we had to solve lots of things on our own, didn't we?
Oh, did we get handouts, Teen, from our parents?
No, we didn't get any handouts.
No.
We learnt the tough way, and we've survived.
Just got the frozen boot in the ass out the house. You're married now, bugger off.
We've survived. In fact, we're going to be celebrating 49 years this year.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my goodness.
No wonder I've lost all my hair. Stop taking health for granted.
Oh, yes.
There's no guarantee of good health.
No.
You can eat well, you can do lots of things, exercise, but stop taking your health for granted. Get out there and do things with it.
Yeah, even if
Spend
it's
it.
Yeah. Even if it's just simple things like going for a walk or go swimming or getting out even in any fresh air. Just do things to make sure you do look after your health.
And the sister for taking health for granted is taking time for granted. For goodness sake, we don't have infinity of time.
No.
And the older we get, we realize that there is going to be a finish line.
Yeah.
And so use time, because it's so precious. You can't buy it.
No, you can't, can you? And the older you get, the quicker that time is disappearing, isn't it, Norm?
So we're not saying spend all your money and leave your children out in the cold.
No.
There is a time for legacy, and there is a time for inheritance. And I think it's a great idea to maybe sit down and think, what do you want your legacy to your children to be? The reality is you'll never be able to spend all your money. There will be something left, whether it's a house or a car or a bank account with $1 million in it.
I bet they wish, Norm?
Oh, yeah. So what I would say is, why don't you sit down and think about your children and think about how much money you would like to leave them, and then set that aside in your own mind and spend the rest.
Yeah.
Because whatever you're not going to give to your children is yours. You can go and spend it on experiences. Maybe a new car, maybe a trip.
Yeah, I think maybe sometimes, Norm, that's almost what some people need, is almost like permission to spend it on themselves, permission to just go do it. And because it gives you great experiences and memories.
And depending where your children are, we talked about stop giving them money and bailing them out of issues. But if they're in a situation where they could use some capital to either bounce back after a divorce or buy that first home for their family, then perhaps think and consult a tax expert to see whether you could give them their inheritance now when they're younger and when they could do it. Because getting money in your 30s and 40s is way more valuable than getting it when you're in your 70s or 80s. So that's something else to think. That's what we learned from Die With Zero.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah, we were learning a lot from the book, weren't we, Norm?
And if you really want a reality lesson, the truth is nobody cares about you outside of your immediate family and friends. Your neighbors don't care what car you drive, what lawnmower you have.
Or even like what watch you're wearing or anything like that.
Nobody cares. You think they do, but they don't. Everybody's just worried about their own life, their own existence. And if buying a Rolex watch gives you immense joy, then go do it.
Yeah.
But don't do it to impress the neighbors.
No, do it to enjoy for yourself if that's what you want. But don't have this thing, the expression of living to keep up with the Joneses. That's where it came from, isn't it?
Very much. So you've got to stop this, and that means subscribe to our channel, because I know you're not subscribing. So stop not subscribing.
And we need you to subscribe to our channel because we are chasing the plaque and we want our channel to grow. So please, we'd love you to subscribe and give us a thumbs up.
So we hope you're keeping well.
And staying safe.
And until the next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.